Ben Heifer here from Kingdom MMA, and I'm joined on the phone now with the new Warrior Fight Series welterweight champion, Mr. Bag and Tag himself, Nathan Jones. How are you feeling after the fight?
I'm feeling over the moon. I feel happy. Life's good at the moment. I can't complain.
You went into the fight, you were aiming for the finish, and it didn't take long to happen. You won by rear naked choke at 2 minutes 38 of round 1. How happy are you with the performance and how things went on the night?
Yeah, I'm so happy. This is how I train. You know, everything went well, and then that's how, you know, the training is the hard part, and that's the main thing to do. So it fight going your way, and you know, the performance, I can't ask for any more. You know, so I was looking for the finish. I went for the finish. I got the finish, and it all went to plan. So I'm just going to thank everyone that helped me prepare for the fight. You know, for going to plan.
Did you feel going into the fight that there was any possible weaknesses in your game that Matt Robinson was going to target, or did you feel comfortable in all areas going in?
I'm not going to lie to say that I didn't take Matt with any serious consideration. I had to sit down, had to think about this type of fight that I wanted. It didn't take me long to think about it, because yes, it is the kind of fight that I want. I want to go onwards and upwards. I want to climb the ranks. I want to be the best that I can be. So, you know, taking on the tough opponent is you know, it comes part and parcel of that territory. You're not going to have chips without any salt and vinegar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, from in that respect, yeah, you know, Matt, he was on my hit list. You keep on winning, or you fight on the big stages. You get your name noticed, and you know, like I said, I want to get to as high as I can, as quickly as I can. I'll leapfrog anyone put in front of me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm here to do a job, and that's that really.
And you like say there, you're trying to get as high as you can, as quick as you can. You're on a 5-fight win streak now, and it's only taken you 7 months to get that together. Before that, you had a bit of a losing streak going. What's changed in your approach to it?
That losing streak. Why are you doing that? Sorry. Can you repeat the last part of the question?
That's alright. I was saying that you're now on a 5-fight winning streak, and it's only taken you 7 months to rack that up. Before that, there was a couple of fights that didn't go your way, and what do you think's changed in both the approach to how you're looking at the game now, and as well as your skill set over that time? It's taken me 7 months. I'm a fighter first and foremost, so I want to stay active as possible. I don't want ring rust to be a factor in any of my fights. And I've got bills to pay as well, so I'll fight as often as I can. I train smart to avoid injury, to reduce the injuries. So I'll keep, you know, I'll try to keep fighting. I mean, 5 fights later, everything's gone my way. I've had to change my approach to the game, as it were, in the vertical commas. I had last year I had a 3-fight losing streak. That wasn't, you know, everyone's got issues and personal problems and stuff, so I would never say it was because of that. I would say it was more a step up in competition, and, you know, my training had to catch up, you know, and I see those 3 fights as a necessary learning curve. I'd rather get it done, you know, go over that speed hump now in my career than, you know, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, wherever I may end up, you know. Yeah.
So So I was just acclimatizing to my competition, and I've made necessary changes, necessary sacrifices. I've dedicated more time to training. I'm not necessarily training more, but the quality of my training is
greatly improved. And, you know, the proof's in the pudding. 5 fights later, 5 finishes later, you know, again, fighting credible opponents, you know what I mean? That's only going to continue.
Yep.
I've got a great team, getting the formula down, and, you know, I want to go onwards and upwards, you know what I mean? And, sorry, can I just finish answering the question from the last question, which was if there was any weaknesses in my game?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Basically, there are always weaknesses in my game. I'm not going to tell you my weaknesses because I mean, any of my future possible opponents will think, oh, that's what he's working on, or oh, that's what he's, you know, he's not as strong on. You know, you can, but at the same time, it's not rocket science to know what they are. You just have to look at my fights. But at the same time, the way my fights have gone isn't how I finished, isn't how I fight in the gym. You know, I'm very unpredictable and unorthodox in that sense. So the weaknesses that I feel that I have, you know, yes, anyone will have the ability to exploit those, but you know, it's highly improbable that it was going to happen. It's possible, but highly improbable because I believe I'm pretty well rounded and I train that way as well.
This was the first time you got to fight in York Hall. Warrior Fight Series put on the event in the historic York Hall, which is famous for its boxing. Did it live up to its expectation of performing in the venue?
Yeah, I mean, it's very cozy and intimate. You know, it's not the biggest, but at the same time, that atmosphere was electric. I'll tell you something. I mean, normally I get people, you know, when I fight in London, I get a big crowd and then they chant bag and tag. They didn't do it this time, but that's because I didn't have as many because I fought. This is my 3rd fight this year, but at the same time, I'm getting, I'm developing a fan base outside of my social circle, which is also a good thing. And when they show their appreciation. And before the fight, as I'm walking into the cage, and after the fight, you know, there's not a better feeling. And when those applauds was echoing around your call, it was something else. And to now be added to that list of athletes to compete there, you know, is an honour, really.
And recently, you've picked up the BCMMA title, the Fury MMA title, and now the WFS Championship. Where do you think you'll be fighting in the future?
I wouldn't like to speculate. One thing I will say is I'm not in this for the journey. You know, I'm not in this for the money.
Yep.
I'm in this to be the best that I can be, and that's to compete on the biggest stage. You know, so what isn't a surprise or a secret is I'm heading for the UFC. You know, before then, I wouldn't like to speculate. I wouldn't like to you know, say when nothing's been signed. I've had plans before, and the fight's not gone my way. The opportunities that would have been there for me aren't there for me. The deal's gone, or the sponsorship is gone, or you know, the fight's not happening. So I'm taking a fight at a time, a day at a time. At the moment, I'm having my week off training because I've been in there all, you know, every week since Christmas. So I'm going to take a week off training, and then I'm going to sit down with my manager, sit down with my coaches, and you know, I'm going to highlight some of the guys that need to get taken out. You know what I mean? Since my last fight, I'm ranked 16th in the UK on Fight Matrix and 24th on Tapology. I don't know, you know, which one's more reliable or who looks at what, but there's names above me that I'm going to leapfrog over. So what you can expect is some of those names being possible matchups in the future.
Yeah, you mentioned there about earlier about Matt Robinson being on your hit list, and there you were saying about you aiming to leapfrog up that list as quickly as you can. Is there anybody in particular that you'd like to fight next and tick off your hit list?
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
I wouldn't like to pinpoint anyone in particular because, you know, in the UK, I'm thinking small.
Yeah.
There's a whole world out there.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So just keep your eyes peeled. You know what I mean? Follow me on Twitter at @that1nathan or Facebook at @that1nathan or Instagram at @that1nathan, and you know, stay tuned because you know, like I said, I'm an active fighter, so I'm going to look to get another fight by the end of the year at least.
Brilliant. And recently you stepped away from the cage and took your hand to interviewing for the site. How did that feel?
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, I'm a kind of guy that I like to just be impromptu, and I saw the opportunity, and I thought, you know what, let me have a go. You know, I've tried commentating, which I quite enjoy. I've tried interviewing now. You know, also a bit of journalism. I like to write. I've written a few interviews and whatnot, and I like to just, you know what I mean, keep all my fingers in the pies. You know, like I've got a bit of judging I'm going to be doing. Some of the smaller shows that books in the next month or two. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see me interviewing someone else, but I haven't seen. My voice is a bit funny, so I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit and think of some, you know, a wide variety of questions if I was to do it again. So it was good fun.
Yeah. Well, on a personal note, I thought it was a brilliant interview, and was starting to get a bit worried for my own job. So.
Yeah, well, you never know. You know what I mean? If you're ever on holiday, give me a shout. I'll fill your boots, no problem.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you very much for your time, and it's been a pleasure to speak to you again. Did you want to give any shout-outs before we finish the call?
Yes, please. I want to shout out every single person that supported me from the day dot, but also has joined me on my journey. You know, that are there for me come rain or shine. I want to thank everyone at Team Titan, everyone at Legacy BJJ, Extraterrestrial Martial Arts, King Kickboxing, In the Bag. That's coaches, training partners, also David Mullen Sports Psychology, Battle Gear BJJ. Everyone that's helped me, JY Nutrition, Impact LPA. I mean, Elite MMA Agency, my management. You know, there's so many people, but really, I want to thank everyone that's, like I said, been with me from the start, but that support me and believe in me. That's Nathan Jones and Mr. Bagantag. You know what I mean? So that's from the heart, and that's as sincere as it can get. And yeah. Thank you for your time.
No problem.